Wrestling fans, what's going on, man? It's Black Couch Booking here with a brand new video. If you're new to the channel, you're in for a good treat. And if you're old to the channel, you already know the vibes. Listen, I'm excited. This is going to be monumental. I'm telling y'all, please watch the whole video. You do not want to miss this one. The creativity is off the charts. So, this is the top 50 greatest wrestlers challenge featuring content creators. You guys will not be disappointed, man. Like, comment, subscribe already. Click the link in the description down below for everyone that's featured in this video. And let me give y'all the rules. So, I linked up with a whole bunch of content creators on this platform, yes, on YouTube. And we decided, you know what? Let's try to come up with a top 50 greatest list. Here are the rules. So, I gave everybody their picks, how many picks they have. They have to include at minimum one female wrestler for their selections, and then you just gotta go. The person that comes before or after you, they can't dispute your picks. If somebody you wanted off the board, you gotta choose somebody else. And as you'll see with this list, this is an interesting list. Listen, we had a blast making this. I'm gonna put some bloopers at the end so y'all can see some of the things in the chat, because we was going at it, man. We had a really good time. Thank you guys for supporting me. Everybody who's a part of this video, thank you guys so much for, turning in your clips and, just doing what you do. And it's gonna be a great video, guys. It's gonna be funny. Please chill on my guys, because this list is interesting. If y'all want us to revisit it in 2025, comment down below. But yeah, man, don't go too hard on my guys, yo, because even I was like, yo, some of y'all bugging. But anyway, man, I'm going to start the list off, though. So, at number 50, I got Melina. Now, I have two picks for this one. I only have two picks. I got 50, 49, wanted to set the tone. So, one of my picks had to be a female wrestler. There are a lot of female wrestlers who I want to put on this list, obviously, but I was like, the ones that I want to put on the list will be much, much higher. So, who is somebody that I feel like should be, like, right at the start of it? And I said Melina. Very underrated. Not underrated as a wrestler and manager, in my opinion. Great manager for Eminem. Great manager for Johnny Nitro. Great women's single wrestler in WWE. And you gotta look at what she did outside of WWE. See, it's not a WWE list. It's pro wrestlers. So yeah, man. So I'm thinking about all of Melina's accomplishments, and I think she should be number 50. And then with that being said, number 49, I chose The Miz, one of the greatest Intercontinental champions ever, two-time WWE champion, one of the best promos ever, one of the best heels in WWE, even today, with him doing a little side plot with Karrion Kross in the YS6. I think The Miz should be on this list for sure. Could he have been higher? Absolutely. Could it have been lower? I don't know. I think The Miz is perfect for the number 49 slot, and those are my picks. Hey, guys, stay tuned. Check everybody else out, and I'll see you at the end of the video, because I got the last picks as well. See you soon.
So, on this list for 48, I'm going to be putting Kofi Kingston, my boy. He's been in WWE for, I believe, 17 years. He has 23 titles under his belt, and he's a part of the most iconic and greatest tag team of all time, The New Day. So, he's on the list. And for my 47, it's going to be Alexa Bliss, 5-time women's champion, one of the most popular women in the entire roster, I'm telling you. And she completely carried the women's division, mainly on Raw, in the late 2010s, I believe, 2010s and 2020s. So I gotta put Alexa Bliss. And then next, in 46, is gonna be The Big Show. I'm putting The Big Show. He's iconic. Everyone knows who The Big Show is. Even if you don't watch WWE, you know who The Big Show is. Your grandma probably knows who The Big Show is. Everyone knows who The Big Show is. And he's one of the greatest giants of all time. And lastly, 45, another giant, Andre the Giant. He is the biggest attraction in WWE history. And he's so iconic. And that's why they give him a battle royal every year. Because he's Andre the Giant. He hadn't been pinned in 15 years. He had one of the most televised matches of all time against Hulk Hogan on a Saturday night main event. So that's why Andre the Giant is on this list.
I'm Ed from Influencer Sports, so go subscribe there. At 44, have Ultimate Warrior from his time in WWF. Only won the championship one time, but one of his greatest matches was with Hulk Hogan in 1990, and his greatest rival was Rick Rude. At 43, Gail Kim, for her time in TNA, inaugural TNA Knockouts champion, and won it a record-setting 7 times, inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame in 2016, and her greatest rival was Awesome Kong. At 42, Ricky Steamboat, from his time in NWA, a 3-time NWA US champion, 2-time NWA television champion, and one of his greatest rivals was Ric Flair. Then at 41, Medusa, for her time in AWA, won PWI Rookie of the Year in 1988, and won the AWA Women's World Championship once, and one of her greatest rivals was Sherry Martel, and both of them did a lot for women's wrestling today.
Coming at you full-fledged. If you never heard of me, it's your boy Rage Man Reg on YouTube and all other platforms. Let me give my edition 40 through 37. Start off with ladies, of course. My women edition, Trish Stratus. Why? I think she the epitome of what a women's wrestler is. The sexiness and the wrestling ability. Look at her counterparts at the time. Jazz, Victoria. She wasn't good when she came in. She was not that, and who she became. 39. Edge, of course, great heel during the brand split. Most titles ever outside of probably Kofi Kingston. Number 38, Rick Rude, great heel. Really could have done more in the NWO and DX, and finally Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle did a lot in WWE in a short time, and as well TNA legend. So.
Hey, it's me TJ, and my YouTube channel is Wrestling Nostalgia, and here go my 4 top picks for 50 greatest wrestlers of all time. So I picked Swerve Strickland because from day one he been getting it in the mud in AEW, and now he is one of the top elite wrestlers over there, the first ever Black World Champion, and much respect to that man. I picked Chris Jericho because he is the first ever undisputed champion. Even though that booking wasn't the best, he's still one of the best Intercontinental champions of all time, and he definitely created a legacy over there in WWE. We're gonna act like that AEW stuff ain't happened. I ain't a fan of it, so I picked Victoria because it's very nasty work that still to this day that she is not in the Hall of Fame. Not only has she had a great WWE run, she also had a great run in TNA, and one of the focal points over there. I picked Lita because of course I picked Lita. Lita to me is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, and she is one half of the main event of Raw, which was the first time ever, and she created history and a legacy for herself, and she also is a former women's champion. That is my 4 picks. Shout out to Black Couch Booking. Check them out. Great content and everything like that. And peace, I'm out.
At number 32, we got Scott Norton. Amazing worker, amazing wrestler. Definitely one of the top Americans to go over to New Japan Pro Wrestling and become a huge box office main event success. Number 31, we got Miss Jackie Moore herself. Both during the Attitude Era and before the Attitude Era, she was paving the way, and she helped pave the way not just for black female wrestlers, but for black wrestlers alone, yo. Number 30, we got the fallen angel Christopher Daniels. This goes without saying. Him and AJ Styles ran TNA. One of the best in-ring performers I have ever seen. Number 29, we got Sabu. Once again, this goes without saying. Not only is he one of the most explosive in-ring performers, he is one of the most respected hardcore wrestlers to ever come out of ECW.
Yo, hopefully y'all can hear me, man. You know what I mean? Salute to the top 50 wrestlers list. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody that's participating. But I got RVD at number 28 because, well, number one, he was the longest reigning ECW TV champion for one. And also, when it comes to like straight up character, he's one of them ones. And you already know he can do it all in the ring. I think at number 27, I have Rey Mysterio Jr. Listen, when it comes to the cruiserweight division, you can't say cruiserweight without Rey Mysterio, man. Rey Mysterio is one of the greatest high flyers of all time. And yeah, I thought 27 was a good spot for him. And 26, I picked Owen Hart. Very underrated. Very underrated. I feel like if he was still alive, the matches he could have had with like AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Samoa Joe, Shelton Benjamin, the list goes on, man. Owen Hart is definitely one of the ones. So yeah, man, that's my picks, man.
I'm going Christian Cage, because I believe he's the most underrated person of all time in terms of skill set. I think he has the perfect mic ability, the perfect wrestling ability. Undersized, but I feel like that was the only thing that kept him, a little back in his time, because skill set wise, he got it all. AJ Lee, I want you guys' opinion on this too. I feel like she's a top 5 woman all time, for what she did in her time. Mick Foley speaks for himself, easy, 4 characters, knocked it out of the park all 4 times. Sting, the best, arguably WCW guy to ever step foot there. And Roddy Piper, arguably the best heel we've ever seen in our time.
What's good? It's your boy David from the Wrestling with Things YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Wrestling with Things. Shout out to Black Couch Booking for inviting us to this tier ranking. I got numbers 17 through 20. Number 17 is RKO, Randy Orton himself. His resume speaks for itself. Legendary member in Evolution, legendary WWE champion, top 5 in most reigns ever, legendary tag team with Rated RKO, just a plethora of legendary moments and matches. Randy Orton is in 17th, arguably could go higher. Number 18th, I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. Listen, he is leading this new boom period. He's been a great representative and face of the company. He's leading the company in merch sales, and he really is great in the ring and great on the mic. Could almost do no wrong. Number 19 is Charlotte. She is an all-around superstar, carries herself like a star, makes everybody look good, could wrestle a broomstick. The women's division is clearly missing her whenever she's gone, and she has the most world title reigns. CM Punk will be my last but not least 20th. His impact on wrestling has been felt both in AEW and WWE, but we're really seeing his positive impact. We saw the feud of the year with Drew McIntyre. We see arguably another potential feud of the year cooking with Seth Rollins, and he just has a cult-like fan base that will follow anything he does, and one of the greatest pure mic workers ever. Let us know what you think.
All right, y'all. So for my picks, I got Paige, due to the fact that she is the only woman to win the NXT Women's Championship and then win the Divas Championship and hold it at the same time. R-Truth, due to the fact that his longevity is crazy, and it will always be crazy. He's been doing this since the Attitude Era, and he is a 2-time world champion in NWA, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure he's still the only black guy to ever win that title. So that's crazy to think. Then we got Eddie Guerrero, personal favorite. No one has swag the way he did at that time. Then after that, I got Shelton Benjamin, due to the fact that his golden standard was amazing. And I think he's way too underrated in that OVW class. And he was the best wrestler out of all of them when it comes to in-ring talent. Then I got Bobby Lashley. I don't think he's a wannabe Brock Lesnar. He's a global star in my opinion, and he's a 2-time WWE champion. And I'm pretty sure he's the only black man to win that title 2 times, so that's impressive. And then of course for my next pick, I got the greatest of all time, who should be number 1, John Cena. No one carried that company for 15 years straight but him. I don't care if it was Hogan or Austin or Rock. They cannot say they did that. So yeah, That's it for my picks.
You know, the win come last, so we wanted to go with China. China broke. She was the first champion. Um, first woman to have a men's championship. She was super over, super mainstream. Playboy, all of that. So she brought a lot of eyes to the wrestling community. So that's a for sure one. So that's one. Excuse me. Kenny Omega. You know, I started fucking with him from New Japan. If you watch his New Japan stuff, he's like the top star over there. He's part of one of the most influential cliques, the Bullet Club of all time, which even transcended to America. And he put on probably the most 5-star matches and has the best legacy overseas. That's 2, 10, 9, 8. We got Diesel. Excuse me, we got Scott Hall. Scott Hall was the epitome of cool. He was so cool that he had you thinking he was Mexican or Puerto Rican when really white. He brought the drip, he brought the sauce, he brought the charisma, and he made being cool be bad. Not only that, he was so popular, he connected himself with Grace. He was with Shawn Michaels at one end, and then he was with Diesel and Hulk on the other end. Came to NWO, that's a whole different conversation. That shit would transcended wrestling to places we never thought it would go. And then he was successful in WCW even more than WWF, because most of these cats, either they're big in one or big in the other. Then let's go to Diesel. WWF champion, tag team champion, WCW champion, heavyweight champion. He probably had the TV belt and all of that too. I gotta really think about it. Nah, he didn't, but same thing, man. He is the cat who was the epitome of cool, and people wanted to be like him. The dudes wanted to be like him. The bitches wanted to sleep with him. Big badass motherfucker, right? Good in the ring. Nice specials. Good character work. All of those people I just said, character work. China, good character work. Razor Ramon, Diesel, aka those two cats, Diesel and Razor Ramon, actually, they brought it to where you could use your real names, and that's why I thought it was real, because nobody was even using their real names out of character before they came. And then last but not least, we got Jake the Snake. To me, in my opinion, he's the best talker, best storyteller, stiff in the ring, made it real believable, and he was super over to the point where they didn't even want him to fight Hulk Hogan because he wasn't the clear enough heel to go up against the babyface, and that was the reason why he didn't get the title. So that's how influential and impactful that he was. That's my list.
Well, y'all, this is it. We finally made it. Now we at my part. So I got the top 5. My guys did not give me an easy task. There are so many people that I wanted to put in the top 5, but as y'all can see, our list is a little, you know what I'm saying? But like I said in the rules before, got to be one female wrestler, and then, you know, the rest of your picks is what it is. So number 5, I put Sasha Banks. Obviously, I could have went with Charlotte Flair if she was available. Could have went with a lot of people, but I'm going to go Sasha Banks, not because she's my favorite women's wrestler ever, that she is, but because of everything she's accomplished, not only in WWE. I'm looking at her whole career as a total. WWE, New Japan, AEW, I do give points for, you know, traveling and being, you know, more so over than just one company, and she was a top player in everywhere she's been since she's been wrestling. So that's why I got Sasha Banks number 5, and she is, in my opinion, the greatest technical women's wrestler of all the women of all time. Then number 4, I got Stone Cold. Now, shout out to my boy Sam, wrestling with things. Now, I gotta acknowledge that Stone Cold changed the landscape of wrestling, and basically Stone Cold is the Larry Bird, you know, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson type of dynamic. Him and The Rock got. They've saved, you know, WWF. They saved the Attitude Era. They're the reason why, you know, Vince McMahon won the Monday Night Wars. So you got to pay homage to Stone Cold. His run was short as champion, but he had some great runs, and I respect it. And Stone Cold is a staple in the wrestling community across, you know, everywhere. You know, Stone Cold is really one of those guys. I gotta acknowledge that. And then this one is probably gonna rub people the wrong way, but Triple H. Listen, I'm not talking about Triple H as a booker. I'm talking about Triple H as a superstar. Triple H, the guy that was a part of Evolution. Triple H, the guy that was a part of DX. Triple H, the Cerebral Assassin. Triple H, My Time. Triple H, The Game, King of Kings. Triple H is one of the coolest wrestling characters ever. I'm not talking about personal thing. I'm talking about him as a wrestler, one of the coolest and greatest heels of all time. You gotta acknowledge that Triple H is really one of the most dopest. You still do the drink your water. You do all that because of Triple H, man. So you gotta pay homage. And at one point, everyone was beloved by Triple H. Just because he doesn't book our favorite stars the way we want him to book it, that doesn't mean that his legacy should be tarnished, you know, based off of his wrestling and his ability back in the day. And then last, but certainly not last. Oops, sorry. Number 2, The Rock. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment, the most successful wrestling story to translate from wrestling to Hollywood. One of the best, man. You know, not so much super duper championship runs and things of that nature, but The Rock was really like the most charismatic wrestler of all time. A natural on the mic, a natural everything. So you got to say that The Rock was one of the best. And then last but certainly not least, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in my opinion, is the greatest wrestler of all time. All around, on the mic, in the ring, you know what I'm saying, was super duper cool. Had one of the best theme songs ever, man. Shawn Michaels had banger matches with Undertaker. Shawn Michaels hit a second prime even after he left WWE and was out, then came back, found God, and was going crazy against Ric Flair, The Undertaker, you name it, John Cena. Shawn Michaels was really killing it. You know, even during my era, I grew up during the Ruthless Aggression era, and Shawn Michaels hit a second win. A lot of superstars can't say that. So that's why those individuals are, you know, my picks. And I'd like to thank everybody that I collaborated with on this video. Thank you for the love and support to you guys, the YouTube subscribers. And this is going to be one of the greatest collabs you ever seen in your life. No one in the IWC has never done nothing like this, I don't think. And if they have, shout out to them. But I think this is the first time that anyone does this, and we came up with this idea together. So shout out to everybody that's involved. Link in the description down below. Thank you guys so much, man. I had such a great time, man. This is wonderful, bro. This is all I want to do, is to build a community and bring people together and have fun. And we have fun doing this. I know y'all gonna be mad at our list, but we had a lot of fun making it. So thank y'all for all the support, man. Really appreciate y'all. And these are my folks, so please show them love and subscribe to their channels as well. Talk to you guys very soon, because this ain't the last one. Deuces.